Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you lethal tempo KOG'MAW top lane with Kraken Slayer. It's really damn strong if you're playing against melee champions. I wouldn't recommend playing KOG'MAW top against any kind of range champ. It'll be a tough matchup. Since top lane is a really long lane, against melees especially, you can get away with taking Ghost and running them down and killing them. Mid lane KOG'MAW, you wouldn't want to go attack speed with Ghost. You'd want to go more of a bursty mage setup. It's Morgana top. We're going to start W. We have Lethal Tempo, Triumphant Alacrity, Coup de Grace, secondary runes. I went safe this time. I went Bone Plating and Overgrowth. Ideally, we want to freeze the wave. Looks like we're playing against an Irelia. We'll try to get some early damage on her. We do want to freeze the wave, though. I'm going to get one auto down on that one to make the last hitting easier, since they're flooding equal damage. If you don't do one auto prep on the one that's taking the most damage, you can end up missing a CS. Realistically, if you're not getting pressured, you shouldn't be missing any of the first 6 CS. It should always be 6 if you're not getting pressured.
Yes. Yes.
When is the face cam coming? It's 2021.
Soon, my friends, soon. Got him. We didn't even have Ignite or Exhaust. She didn't have the damage. Thank you for the 2 months. Thank you for the 2 months sub, my friend. I gotta get out of here, though. I think her wave might actually push into me. She's gonna accidentally shove it in her, because her minion's reinforced first. I had a slight minion advantage, but unless she's doing hyper particular last hits, yeah, she just shoved the wave. I'll just go for, I guess we'll just go for this. That's fine. We'll just go longsword dagger. Perfectly fine. Could have stayed for a potion. I don't think we'll need it. If you're up against a melee champ, Ghost is typically better on ranged champions. If they can close the distance on you, then going for exhaust might be better. Like, if you're playing against a dash champion, I don't know, if you're playing against something weird like '(Sin that can just get on you, then you might just go for exhaust. But against Irelia, even though she has a dash, I can abuse her early. We'll do our W to last hit easier. Stand closer to get them in.
When are we going to see a ZJG lol?
Zed jungle? I don't know. I don't think Zed jungle's worth playing, honestly. Got like all of those. Your abilities help you out a lot with farming on KOG'MAW, since your W gives bonus damage, your E's AoE. With how you spread your E, it's going to make or break your wave setup there. We only missed like 1 minion. And we have pretty low base damage right now too. KOG'MAW is a massive scaler. When you play KOG, he's typically a scripter or a smurf champ. You typically want to be duoed with your jungler or support, someone who can pill for you. Having things like Ivern or Morgana on your team is huge for KOG'MAW. He's one of the heaviest carries in the game. I think she just killed herself. Yeah, she just killed herself. Got her. When she missed the stun, she lost. She needed the stun damage. If we were chewing into her with our lethal tempo, she's a goner. Don't play KOG'MAW top versus range champs, though. That's not gonna, whether it's Teemo or Quinn, it's not gonna be good for you. A much safer version of KOG'MAW top, funny enough, is Soraka top with Glacial Augment, and Glacial Augment Soraka top is freaking insane. It's legitimately strong. It has around a 60% win rate. It's really underplayed. You'll typically only see, I don't want to say only Smurfs, but Smurfs and high elo playing Soraka or Lulu top. Boots of Swifties keeps it in the game. It's really strong. It's really, really strong. You should check out that Soraka video if you haven't yet. Yeah, but KOG'MAW top has, his bully potential isn't as strong as a Soraka top early, but his scaling carry potential is higher. Soraka is more of a support scaling. KOG'MAW is more of a raw damage. And we do have a KAYL on our team, so KAYL can drop an ult on my head in team fights and we'll just hyper carry. Thank you for the 100-bit simplicity. Zed jungle is really weak, Nard jungle is really weak. If you want to play a really off-meta jungler that's very strong, try Garen. Garen's still sleeper OP right now. Gonna get our E and our Q down on her. We're gonna ghost to stay on top of her. She's dead. We probably didn't even need to ghost there. She went way too deep. You can't jump on me like that. Even if you're Irelia playing against KOG'MAW, once you're at this big of a disadvantage, she has to wait for a gank. She can't just suddenly all in me unless she lands her ult and stun, and even then, it's going to be very close since I have lethal tempo. We can freeze the wave on her. We need to thin it out a bit, though. We're going to get a ward in this bush. If you're going to freeze near bushes or fight near bushes in general...
Yes.
Oh, that's the maintenance guy. You're going to want to try to get bush control. That way, because sometimes their jungler will sneak up and try to gank you when you do shit like this, especially in higher elo. Baby Mama Killer, thank you for the Prime B. Welcome to the stream. So you want to keep that bush warded. Scrub Noob likes to do ganks out of these type of bushes, even early game. He'll just show up in the bush and wait. So if you're getting pushed back or if you're freezing versus a good jungler, it's really important to get a word in there. Especially when you're at a lead, because they know you'll want to try to fight their laner. Irelia is missing right now. I'm going to try to block my minions off. Even though I had his wave frozen, the ranged creeps die really, really fast. They're super, super squishy. This might actually... The freeze might get broken if my cannon minion doesn't die soon. Because I am last hitting, which is doing a bit of damage. Yeah, I'm trying to block these. I'm trying to block. I'm blocking as hard as I can. I don't know if it'll be enough, though. I'm getting them all. I don't think it was enough, guys. I couldn't block hard enough with the minion disparity. Yeah, my wave's gonna push out. I gotta shove. Because the problem is, even though the waves are relatively even there, my wave's gonna reinforce first. So once you realize that, you can just start shoving it out. Best wave, the enemy top has it froze. How would a jungler best reset a wave? By shoving it into the turret. If you're a jungler, and if their top laner is doing this to your top laner, you don't have to rush up here and throw off your jungle pathing in your level 6, but you do need to come up and shove it into the turret to reset the wave. You basically dump it in like this. I think she's AFK. I think she just gave up. I'll take turret and then I'll roam. If you're a fed laner, after you get turret, there's really no reason to stay in lane. It's just very dangerous. You become very easy for the enemies to punish. Your R is a very good wave clearing tool. It does execute damage if they're below 40% HP, so ideally get the wave, like an auto on each. And we'll shove this down. Yeah, she just gave up. If you are going to play against a ranged champion top lane, which I wouldn't recommend on KOG'MAW top, then don't take Ghost. Ghost is more for bowling down melee champions when they take a misstep, so you can stay on top of them with your W and your lethal tempo. Versus versus range champs, you should probably just go exhaust or teleport or barrier. Those would all be better options than Ghost. I would still keep the flash. It's very important for surviving ganks or high impact ultimates like Ashe R's or Malphite ults, that type of stuff. Yeah, she's just missing. I think she's AFK. KOG'MAW top was a little too much for her to handle. You don't want to overspam your R on 2 stacks, so that's going to cost us additional mana. Unless you're desperately trying to finish them off, you don't really want to use it past 2 stacks. I'm going to get some more plates here. He hasn't autoed us yet. He never applied his red smite. He never autoed us. He never autoed us. He hit us with a W, but if you want to apply the red smite burn, you have to actually land an auto attack, which he never technically did. So he missed out on his full red smite burn, because then he ulted us and then never autoed us there. Your ult's really good against melee champs. Against ranged champs, you can weave it in between your auto attacks, like how you weave in your Qs. But it's much easier for them to dodge. Against melee champs, it's a lot like landing a Karthus Q. I'm just going to auto this once and let the turret bleed it. If you auto it once on a plate, that auto attack will guarantee you the gold from that turret plate. So even if they break this, I'll still get the gold. Yeah, so against melee champs, it's easy. It's like a Karthus Q. You just put it on yourself, essentially. But against range champs, they can dodge it pretty easily, especially if they have high base movement speed or dashes. All right, we're going to go ahead and nab KOG'MAW. KOG'MAW is overtuned. They're going to have to nerf this item. It turns everyone into a Vayne. On top of Kraken, against their team, I have a 𝐒𝐿. I'm not worried about the Morgana snare. I can still auto out of snare, obviously. So I'll just go for this attack speed. And then I'll build towards Bork into Gunzuz. Bork into Gunzuz is really, really strong. I'll go ahead and go grab that last plate, and then I'm going to roam. My team is... I don't want to say they're struggling right now. I would just say that the bot lane is struggling a little bit. They need some help from the Evelynn right now. What is my bot lane? Who's playing bot? So I have Yone mid. Okay, I have double mage bot. They're not struggling too hard. We'll group up and end. After this turret, I don't want to solo start Herald because I don't want Kayn to show up. There's no reason to freeze it. If Irelia didn't AFK, then I would freeze it on her here. But since I'm pretty sure she's AFK, we might as well just take the turret. Freezing's about forcing the enemies to miss CS while you don't miss CS. But she's already missing the CS anyway, so we might as well take turrets along with it. This is where KOG'MAW starts to get fun. Once you have a bit of attack speed. I think she realized she fucked up. I was thinking about flashing her snare, but she waited until I was stunned. She just doesn't have the damage. I'm full item. Missed me with that weak shit, boy. His attacks barely missed, so he couldn't R me. That's kind of funny. Looks like he's actually trying to go blue Kayn, but he hasn't racked up any blue Kayn essence yet. Ooh, his blue's down. Damn. Blue buff is really nice on KOG'MAW. Wolves are down too. No one's showing up. Got it. I'm gonna leave now. This is too dangerous. If you're up this far, you can get 3-man pinch super easily without even realizing what's happening. We'll go ahead and just back off here. We can push for a Herald. Kayn's camps are down, so he's probably not gonna come back over here. Or we can just go get Morg. If I need to, I can use Ghost. Just get my E down on her. Force her outer black shield. Looks like he already got it out of her. Try to leave Yone some CS. Yeah, we'll wrap this game up. The enemies don't have much fight left in them. We gotta go in for the Mercy kill. We should grab it Herald to end this game. We could fight this. Whenever your W is down, KOG'MAW is basically half the champ. Turns into a Yuumi, but when your W is up, things get spicy. To proc lethal tempo, I don't usually recommend using W unless they're chasing. If they're not chasing, if you use W to proc lethal tempo, then I think I'm dead. Nah, I'm still alive. I didn't kite that out very well, but we managed. We'll heal back up off of Ravenous there. We're still really fast because of Ghost. If you get kills or assists on Ghost, it extends the duration, kind of like a Master Yi R. We'll go ahead and just reset. And we should have enough to get Bork and a large chunk of Rage Blade. Tabbies aren't bad on KOG'MAW. Your only other real boot options is Tabbies. That is going to wrap up this KOG'MAW top commentary guide. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to come chat and chill live on stream. My name is 𝐒𝐋𝐿, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.